So hey besties, come with me to make some oxtail. So I have been on vacation for a whole entire week and I have not been cooking. This is my first time back in the kitchen cooking with y'all at home. So y'all come with me if y'all want to see how I make these oxtails. Now, I did season them 2 days ago and I let them sit in the fridge and marinate for 2 days. So if you guys want to see how I season my oxtails, I do have a live video on my page that you can go ahead and check it out. Now, I'm one of those people that be having stuff and forget that they have it. So I didn't think I had any onions and peppers in my freezer. Well, peppers, and I actually did. So when I found them, I decided that I was going to go ahead and add them in to my oxtails right before it was time for me to cook it. Because when I started seasoning it, I thought I didn't have any, but I ended up finding them. So we're going to go ahead and add it. And then I'm just going to go ahead by smell and by look and see if I need to add anything else to it. And they smell absolutely amazing. The seasoning has soaked in, everything marinated really good. So we're just going to go ahead and start cooking them. So to start cooking them, I'm going to first start off with a sear, and I'm going to get my pot, your pan, whatever you're using to cook your oxtails, and you're going to put just a little bit of oil on the bottom, and then you're going to start adding your oxtails in one by one. Once you start adding your oxtails in and you hear that sizzle, you know everything is doing what it needs to do. Now, I'm going to add in as much as I can. I'm not going to be able to do everything at one time. If you don't have a big enough pot, just like me, you're going to have to do it in batches. So the first batch, we're going to go ahead and start. And then after we start the first batch, we're going to go ahead and continue this process until we have a sear on all of our oxtails. Now, when you do the sear, that is going to go ahead and lock in that delicious flavor. You don't have to do this, but I recommend doing this step. Now, after I got the sear on one side, I'm going to go ahead, flip it over, and get the sear on the other side. Now, this is something that is going to take hours to make. So I highly recommend anytime you're doing oxtails that you do this on a day when you have additional time. This is not one of those meals that you can do as a quick meal. Even though my oxtails are a thin cut, it still took me approximately about 5 hours to get this meal done because beef takes a while to tenderize. So after I got the sear on both sides of all my oxtails, I went on ahead and added it back in the pot. And that little brown black stuff on the bottom of the pot, that ain't nothing but seasoning. Don't go ahead and scrape that out. Just leave that right in there. Put your oxtails on top. Then you're going to go in with your stock. I would normally use beef stock, but we only had chicken stock. So we're going to go ahead with chicken stock. And with my stock, I use 1 part stock. And then I use 1 part water as well. You want to make sure that your meat is completely covered. After that, I got my meat, I got my stock, I got my water, and I got my veggies in there. And whatever seasoning was in the bowl, I'm going to go ahead and give it a good mix. Mix. Make sure everything is mixed in together. And then we're going to put our top on it. And we're just going to let it do what it needs to do. Now, while our oxtails is doing what they need to do, we're going to go ahead and start working on those side orders. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and do some white rice, and I'm going to wash my rice off first. I'm going to put it in a bowl. We're going to put some cool water in there, not hot, and you're going to continue this process until your water runs clear. Right now, this is the first process, well, the first rinse that I'm doing, so my water is a little cloudy, but I'm going to keep doing this process until it runs clear. Once it runs clear, you're going to go ahead and put it in a pot with some boiling water, salt your water, and let it do what it needs to do. Now it's time to go ahead and check on our oxtails, and our oxtails is just about done. So being that it's just about done, I'm going to go ahead and add those veggies in. Now you can add your carrots, you can add your celery, you can add potatoes, you can add your beans, your scotch bonnet, whatever you feel like you want to add to it. I'm going to tell y'all, friends, it's your kitchen, it's your rules. I'm just going to add some carrots to it. I'm not going to make it spicy because my kids don't really like spicy. So just in case they want some, I don't want it to be spicy. I didn't have any of the white beans to add, so we're not going to add those. I'm just going to add some carrots and celery. It's not really my particular favorite thing to have cooked. I like it when it's raw with the hot wings. I'm going to eat it with the ranch, but if it's cooked, I'm going to have to pass on that. After our oxtails was done, it was time to go ahead and make our plate. So I'm going to go ahead and make that man plate first. And that man's talking about he hungry, so we're going to make him a hungry man-sized plate. So I went on ahead and got a bowl, and I'm going to start off by adding our white rice to the bowl. After I get that white rice in there, I'm going to make sure I give him a good scoop of white rice. And then you want that white rice, or you can also substitute it for mashed potatoes, because you want to be able to soak up all of that gravy. You want to be able to soak up all of that flavor. You want to be able to get everything in one bite. Now we're going to give him a nice healthy scoop of oxtails. Now, I should do him how the Jamaican restaurants do and give him 2 pieces and a whole lot of gravy, but we ain't going to do that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They be charging y'all $25 for 2 or 3 pieces of oxtails, a whole lot of gravy, and a pan full of rice. But that's a conversation for another day. We're going to go ahead and add our oxtail on there. You want to go ahead and put that gravy on top. Add those veggies in there as well. And once you get all of that in there, we're also going to go ahead and pair this with a side salad as well. I went on ahead and got us some salad because you got to have that veggies. Normally I would use cabbage, but I just was not in a cabbage kind of mood. If you want cabbage or whatever vegetable that you like, go ahead and put it. Don't let nobody tell you what to do in your kitchen. Like I tell y'all friends, it's your kitchen, it's your rules. So once I got those oxtails on top of that white rice with that carrots, everything was smelling absolutely amazing. I was excited for this because I have been craving for this for a while now, so I was absolutely excited. The kitchen was smelling great. I was like, you know how you feeling when you craving for something and you finally gonna get that meal? That's how I was feeling just at that moment when I was making that plate. Went on ahead and added some salad to it because I've reached that age where I have to have a vegetable with every meal. Don't tell nobody, y'all, okay? It's our secret because we friends like that. Went on ahead and added the salad. Once I added the salad, I'm gonna put a little balsamic dressing on top, and it was already time for me to go ahead and call that man and them kids because y'all, dinner was served. Now besties, if you are loving these videos, don't forget to make sure you give your girl a like, drop me a comment in the comment section below, and share this video out. Bye besties.